Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. We're playing the final mission, The Gates of Moscow. It's November 13th, 1941. For almost a month, Operation Taifun floundered in the mud of the rasputitsa, but as the calendar neared mid-November, the ground finally froze and the advance resumed. However, the Wehrmacht found itself at the end of almost untenable supply lines. The roads and rails of Russia barely had the capacity to deliver enough food and ammunition, let alone winter clothing. The Soviets, on the other hand, were falling back towards the center of their supply network while doing all they could to arm more of their millions of trained reservists. We have to take Noginsk to improve our final standing in the game, as it is. Now that I think about it, I actually wonder whether you can fail the Sevastopol mission. So if you fail to take it in the Crimea scenario, I believe you get another chance to take it later. But I really wonder whether you have to take it at that point. Maybe it's, again, a bonus objective. Huh. I wonder. Your goal is simple. Encircle Moscow. A direct assault on the city is out of the question. Instead, use your armor to thrust from both the north and south, while keeping up the pressure in the center. We are giving you the last of our uncommitted panzer divisions for this final push. There are no more reserves, and besides, the supply network is so overwhelmed they would do us little good. Finally, be warned, there are rumors of Soviet reinforcements approaching, and the Luftwaffe can no longer completely suppress the Soviet Air Force. If all these reports are indeed accurate, then perhaps it would be wiser not to overextend. No, we've come too far to stop here, at the gates of Moscow. Well, we do have Chula, but I guess Großdeutschland here is not doing super well. They're the only ones out of supply, apparently. Anyway, we have to, I guess, hold Kalinin, take Narofominsk, turn 3, Klin, turn 4, Kolomna for better supply. We have once again 50%, but I would wager at least we'll have rail lines. Yes, this is all rail line. Sweet. Kolomna, turn 6. Zagorsk, turn 6 and hold. Noginsk, turn 8 and hold. Do they get supplies? They do. It's a truck supply hex. Yefremov, turn 4. Well, we'll see what we can do. Let's start with 2nd Panzer Group. And I only have a free flak. I'll first try to place artillery on the most useful of units, and just try to beef up those units that would benefit from it most. I don't have prestige to pump all of them, but we're in a pretty well spot anyhow. I think. So let's take a look at all the armored units. I definitely want to get them to 7. Okay, I have no more motorized steps here. That's okay. What I'll do though is I'll give them artillery. Do I have a free flak? No. Let's give them flak. Anyway, I don't need to retake Torzhok. SS Cavalry Brigade, huh? Well, let's spend some more. We have 205 left. These guys would be quite dangerous, I think, if I didn't also pump his infantry. No more infantry left. Funny that these guys are regulars. That makes things a bit more complicated. I don't have any special steps that I need to give to motorized units. Well, let's actually it's the first time I feel like I can really up Großdeutschland, and I guess that means I will too. Because they'll quite benefit from it, and okay, we're up to 50. What do I still have? Air pants group 4, but you're out. Only you guys don't have additional steps, but I guess we're okay with those. Okay, let's take a look at the other army groups. You mostly have units up there, but let's go up. The tough part is the 50% supply, but we can get it up to 70. We'll also have to make extensive use of the railroads, because otherwise we'll be in trouble. Now, unfortunately at Kalinin, we'll never actually get supplies going. We cannot get supplies through up here because they conveniently cut it off up in this location. Technically I would only be able to get supply if I get it through Moscow. So if that's gonna happen. That's actually the problem for most of these locations, is that I cannot really get good supplies going. The best thing I can do is get a rail line through Stalinogorsk and then move up, and that's basically where we're at. Only by taking Moscow could I get better supplies. Yeah, let's keep it there. Well, for 3rd Panzer, even now, I think they're probably better off just moving back. I know I oversupplied them, but I think any unit that gets out of supply is probably better just moving back. Because I want these panzer groups, ideally, to always be in supply. So I kind of always want to keep them on a rail line. And let's see, we get a bunch of motorized divisions as reinforcements, and the Soviets, they get a lot. How powerful are all these units? These rifle brigades aren't really that insane. Where do they get them? Close to Moscow. Okay, well, let's just get started and see what we can muster up. 8 turns seems like not a lot, but anyway, let's cash in all the cards because we can. Let's cover the flanks for Chula. Let's start up there. We do need to take Yemfera off by turn 4. Rather go by road, though. I know that they have another cavalry there, but no overrun, huh? That is quite unfortunate. Why are you out of supply, though? Is that bridge destroyed? It is. Okay, I did not even see that. Well, doing something there does not seem like a very great idea. So rather I would have to move around. And follow that railroad. Which I can. I'll see how far I can get. But I guess one of the good things is moving there, and I actually want to move towards Chula here. There's no, I don't think the AI is going to be all that problematic in the center. But we'll see. Oh, the saturation strike is, yeah, that applies to almost everything there. It really only worked on the back units now? Things are not particularly going my way. That is, yeah. There's no way I can get in there through that direction. Let's wait on that. Uh-huh. They probably just crossed that river. No, they had something else there. But since that's a major river, I need either a river assault or something else. Okay. Well, I actually need you to go back and hold Chula. There's nothing to do there. Part of 4th Panzer Group, huh? Well, that doesn't even help all that much. That doesn't even help all that much. I mean, it really doesn't. There's no particular reason to hold on to that. So let's keep moving. It doesn't even help. Well, like I said, it doesn't even help. Okay, well, since I cannot take that, okay. That's useless. I actually think I'm gonna move these to the side, try to break around, because having them here at this point, it's just worthless. They are not able to do anything. So, there's no reason to keep them there. Basically, I need something of a two-pronged assault with just the infantry holding out here, because with these woods, there's nothing really you can do. I'll be happy to get through there. Klein is at turn 3 or 4. Yeah, okay, well that did not end up going amazingly well. Just wasted that saturation strike because it is just extremely random. Okay. Seems like they're not really pressurizing Kalinin though. I mean, clearing this doesn't really matter. Can you get around? No, 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 of course not. Okay, well... let's start down here in the open area. Great thing is that I can actually get quite a few overruns here, so that that actually really works out. If only I could move in there. Sadly, I can't. It's okay. They'll take this on turn 3. There's no no worry. What I can do better is kill them. I'm still looking to gain control over the rail line, so hopefully, again, taking it will allow me access to it. I'm inclined to just now move you on there, so the AI will have trouble. Although they'll very likely just send some cavalry again. I can see that. They are in the way. Shame I didn't get an overrun from that cavalry, but I think we cleared them out pretty reasonably well here. It's actually really good. The fact that they can hold this, that's really necessary. Oh, they need to hold all of that. Also up here, huh? So really only if I do it like this do I control the rail line. Yeah, that's okay. Interestingly enough, they have another few units there. Ideally, I'll clear out all the enemy units in that sector. I don't know if they can deploy more units around here. I'd have to go through all of this. Yeah, they will deploy at Ryazan at least. That's how it seems like. Well, I really needed to do that in order to get closer. The chance... Ooh, okay, good. Now then. Have them retreat. And they might counterattack or something, but that's the first of the objectives I need to take. So the next important one is going to be Klin. Well, Zagorsk too. I really need to push in this section. All these 0-2s that are actually really not good. Okay, come on, retreat. Ah, jeez. Really? Did you have to not do that? Come on. 80 or 100. The losses that I'm racking up here are insane. But there is nothing I can do. 50% overrun, 90% overrun. At some point, we'll have to succeed. And indeed, we did. I had hoped that would allow me to move in a little bit further, but I guess not yet. 1-1. Well, I don't need to take Klin immediately. Right, so out with the armored units, or mobile units. You can't go any further than that. The, I have one unit to spare. Which is these, so I can take you out, you in. That's the best I can do. While I'm getting out. I think I completely forgot these guys turn 1. They were so far behind the lines that was a bit unclear. One thing that's probably best to destroy is this, so that whatever units are there don't benefit from, or not all of them benefit from supply. No, it's actually useless. And here too. Alright. I need either of these to retreat, so let's start here. And start attacking these tanks. Those tanks are quite tough, so I guess then it's just better to try and harass them, get through here with some of those panzers. I do see it as a better investment than anything else at the moment. I mean, Zagorsk is probably going to be the most challenging objective now. We'll cut them off here on the next turn if they don't retreat, which they likely will not. Which secures the northern flank on Moscow, and then we can push into Zagorsk. Another problematic, well, let's just say problematic thing is that for the most part, I think we're just having almost no chances. It's the second time my 75% failed here. I mean, that's just bound to happen, but ideal it is not. One thing I want to do, because holding this is useless. I mean, come on. Like, what are they gonna do? Push to Kaluga? Go ahead. They can be my guest, and my supply situation is so poor that I don't really care about that. So, 3rd Panzer, I actually have some units in there now, and these guys are also moving down, but if push comes to shove, I need to reinforce those units. However, I can also do that from up here once I've reconnected. Funny that in reality, I can't really do a whole lot with you. The nice thing though is that this is actual rail line, so those will always be in supply for the moment. What if no, I can remove this on the next turn, or at least get it to 1, because then these guys will be covered by this, which will be nice. Okay, that's 4 units, that's too much. Can I remove you though? Yes, you can. And these will not be in supply either way. They're also part of 4th Panzer Group. They need to collect this supply hub if they don't if they don't remove it. That is. That will be it though. You also can't push any further. No, okay. That's fine then. I don't think I did anything else. Destroying supply hub, not useful yet. Unless I grab that, then destroying that one there might actually work. Destroying the one at Moscow also doesn't really help. Like, it'll go to 3. But so what? There are no bridges that are useful to destroy at that point. When it comes to enemy supplies, no. It's a good thing I don't need to have it under my control this turn yet, because if they are counterattacking this heavily, okay. Oh man. I'm actually surprised that they went so harsh on that offensive. Let's start here though. They get their supply from up here. No longer. I think. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Klin should be easy enough to take. Really want to push them out. So I'm actually looking for an O and 2. They did not retreat. Well. This is again not going super well here. But we'll get through eventually. That's a good thing my units are quite over strength as a... Oh, really? This, 0 and 3, huh? How about this? Also 30%. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I guess then I will not have them taken yet. I mean, this is all cut off, at least, but... One other thing that I'd actually quite like is create some space. So, for example, let's start here. Once they are removed, which will take a while, that will also free up space for some of my units. Now, I don't want them to cut off this rail line, which they are very likely going to do. Unless I do this. They can technically move one unit into this hex now, but... or from here, but I really wouldn't care about that, so... this is actually fine. I'm still debating whether I should use the air attack on them, but we'll see. As it is... really? You're not close enough? Okay, well... let's start by doing this. Now, unfortunately, well, the funny thing is that at least I can do that. Okay. I mean, I need to take Columna by turn 6. I can technically cut them off, which would be good, I guess. I'm not sure why you were out of supply, though. Oh yeah, they cut off that rail line again. Well... I'm not particularly sure why they had that there either, but if I just cut them off, I guess that should help. Let's also send you further down. Try to deal with this. I need to take Yimferf by turn 4. Up till where can you do this? So technically I could send them here. Get them back in supply. And then again move down, and then I'll take Yimferf on turn 4. No, that is unfortunate, but I have no units that can actually get there or get across on this turn. Whatever. No way I'm gonna build a pontoon bridge. I know I'm using all of them, but I guess the main problem is also this 203mm right next to that city. The only good thing in a sense, though, is like, if I can push further in, then that means they might be a little bit less likely to attack ultimately because their situation is worse. And I guess that's that's the goal. Okay, so let's at least cut those guys off and start moving towards Columna, which seems to be empty. That would be really good. So then I'll be able to take Yimferf by the next turn. You're gonna move start moving these towards this rail line too. Okay, so I need to keep that then. Oversupply a bunch of units, and I'm gonna move up here so that even if I don't take the city, I might still be able to build a pontoon bridge, which is super tricky, but I can't resupply. That's okay. I don't see them at, like, really attacking anything. Maybe there. So that is that. That takes care of that. You're in a tricky spot, but nothing to be done for now. You'll be in supply. Shuffle them around so they will all be in supply. These guys are all good. Push back or move back. Like I said, I don't know why they are doing that, but it is moving in there. It's just a death trap for them. And they'd be out of supply, and it just doesn't work. So, I mean, they'll be out of supply now, or at least these few will be out of supply for just a bit more. No, they will be out of supply, that's the thing. That's no use. Alright, well, let's just move up and hope I can actually do something with this. Chances are slim to none. Now that I've taken this one, let's see what happens if I destroy that. What does it do to supplies here? Nothing. Okay. Let's hope they can't counterattack this time. No, they couldn't. It's a shame they dropped the unit on there though, because... Ah, jeez. So many cavalry units too. Okay, good. They retreated, so that suggests that they are not very likely. I like it that they can also immediately dig in. That's nice. Luckily, we do have a lot of abilities to, or we have a lot of air attacks at least. Yeah, sure, bump it up. Okay, turn 4. Thought I had that reline. I guess not. Will they be in supply? I guess they will. Fine. I'm moving up here, so... Okay, good. Covering that flank, these guys can no longer cut me off, seriously. Oh, they allow me to move through there, huh? Funny that. Oh, wow. Got quite lucky though not to get that lost there. Thing is that I'd really like to still get through on this side. Okay, they are dead. It is no surprise that I can still expect a unit to be on that actual hex. Luckily it does. Or did. Appear to be not so powerful a one, but I mean, I need to take Kolumna by turn 6. So not yet right now. This should cut them off. It does not. It does now. Okay, so it's actually quite useful to do that now, I think. Given the circumstances. There is no way these guys gonna move this turn. So what I need to do then is not only harass them to move back, get you back in supply. I'll also start moving up. Now Ginsk is at turn 8 and hold. So it is fine at that. Basically just have to hope that they will not cut me off, which is quite wishful thinking, sure. But we'll see. At least they'll be out of supply for 2 turns. Basically, I have to put all my eggs in that basket. Yeah, I kind of do. At least when it comes to the armored units. Okay. At this point, though, I will never get into Moscow from this side of the river. One thing... Huh. It is actually pretty funny, though. Is that I can do this. I'm technically in Moscow. I'd rather have these guys gone as well, so they actually don't bother me. The same. Well, the thing is that I think I can take this with those units, and then basically these guys need to take Noginsk. So either way, a corner now. Well, that's good. I have no units that can attack Klin now. Things are a lot easier doing it from here. As long as they don't get that supply, I can remove those guys eventually. It seems like these guys are really static, as they could have moved in there actually. and taken that supply hub, which come on, game. We'll have 2 units, 3 units out of supply. But it should be workable. Going in even further is, yeah, that's just not doable there. I'm already putting myself to the limit. It's very clear that I cannot attack Moscow from that side now. However, this is looking good. Let's take a look at every remaining... Ooh. I think this cavalry could cause some trouble. I don't want trouble. Same down here. I don't want any of these counter-attacking units from Ryazan going to do something problematic. So I'll beat them before anything else happens. These are all turn 6, which is good because they can't drop. At least not now. I need these units to be in supply. Now a lot of these are also from Army Group Mita, but my supply line unfortunately doesn't extend that far. Panzer Group 3 also has the added problem. You actually need to stay in that hex. And out here, let's also move a bit further. Again, it will be hard to get across from here, but if they don't have a unit, it's Orikovo-Zievo. Maybe I can surround it as well from this side. Supplies are generally quite poor. Let's put you in here because then at least they could be resupplied by the 3rd Panzer Group. Technically, taking this is the last turn in which I can try to encircle all enemy units, take Moscow. Even though it's not an objective, that is the ultimate goal. Alright. Cut it up there, huh? Well, very surprising that is not. I'll have to make do as I can. Yeah, basically you need to reach a point where the enemy can just straight up no longer cut you off. Which, I know it doesn't look very likely. Anyway, I want to take the rail line for a very specific reason. That's if they get any reinforcements or anything else out there, I want to not deal with it. Heh. Okay. That's a real shape right there. At this point, though, let's just start with this. For group center. It's a real shame that that didn't do any damage there. Um, look, that reason why I'm doing this obviously is so I can take Moscow, and I don't care about anything else. They're saying taking Moscow is folly, but it is not. Can't attack Moscow from the center, eh? Well, or going for Moscow is not good, huh? Well, it is. Alright, I took heavy losses, but who cares about taking panzer losses if you can take Moscow? It's like, come on, man. That, let's see here. So I do need to take Kolomnasa. Also, it does help me in getting supplies. It's actually a real shame that taking Moscow doesn't net you anything, because come on, man. I worked so hard to get it, and this is what you do to me. A bit disappointing. Just like these pin attacks are a bit disappointing, but hey. I need to get that rail line firmly under my control. Around here. Let's move back a bit. They can attack, sure, but then I'll be moving further in. Let's take these. Alright. Let's see if we can finish these guys off. Of course, the enemies, all the enemies' units will now start getting out of supply entirely, because they have nowhere left to go. With Moscow taken, it should be a downward slope for them from now on out. Whereas my situation can only improve. Oh, they do get supplies still from up near Kalinin. So at that, I guess I should be focusing myself there. Having these guys on the rail line means that they cannot get cut off. Do I actually get a rail from there? Yes, I do. Alright. Not too bad. Well, it does mean that I want to move the panzers up in there. Ultimately. Just not this turn. Also, kind of have to move in here to make sure that we don't get cut off, which we still might for this turn at least. Now that we got Zagorsk, let's move in here and do that. Second Panzer Group forward. Keep you going. Still need quite a few units that take care of the rail. But I guess this is gonna be it for now. I have to put it here, I think. Here would be best. Oh! I didn't confirm it. I just pressed end turn. Man, that sucks. Okay. Still. As long as they can get back. That's all gonna be good. I think This is a major river as well, so I would have to build pontoon bridges if I want to get to the other side. I probably will though, but still 1-1, and I'm most likely going to be working towards supplies. So I don't think it's going to be very likely that indeed. Okay, this will also clear up a bunch of troops, which is nice. They'll be able to cover the other flanks. And such. Okay, one of the more important things is to get this rail line going down here. So I will definitely also be working towards doing that. Besides anything else, and like for example attacking here, well, maybe I can do this, but attacking it is still no good. Part of Panzer Group 4, huh? Naginsk is a hold objective, but that will not be a problem. Okay. So now the rail line is running a little bit further. Now the problem is, of course, that it's running through this, and that also does not make it a whole lot easier to ultimately take it. I will continue to plow through along the rail line as well, but running into a heavy resistance at that point. Oh, okay. Like really nothing at all anymore. They'll be out of supply for 2 turns. I mean, I would say I'm a little bit afraid, but if you move in there, I'm not feeling that bad about it. Now I need my units to move back to any potential supply line. He already went back, so that's good. Like, there's no supplies here, of course, because I greatly messed that up. Not this time. You're part of 3rd Panzer Group. Maybe I can get them to their rail line if they get cut off for 3. You're also in a bit of trouble in that regard. Let's move back, because you have a chance to be in supply, and if they want to move into Ryazan to retake it, that's only going to be better for me. Alright, everything here is just minding its own business. What are the odds that I'll actually be able to do something crazy at Klin? Or up there? Unlikely. Yeah, there's no way they can actually take it. Let's make sure they don't. They're part of Hiraskupa. Are they in range? Yes, they are. Okay. Well, let's try to push in here on turn 7. It's likely not gonna work, but one thing that I might do is try to get in here. Then, well, they will still have their supplies go through this up here, but well, you can't have everything. I mean, come on, we took Moscow, so there's just no way for these panzers to do anything. Except this. No, the only thing I can actually try to do is just move up there. All right. Moving forward. Moving with these is no good, but what I will do is move 3rd Panzer Group onto that rail line. Alright. Oh, that's funny. No, it's not a major river. Well, Well, you don't hear me complain about that. Okay, well, the enemy is once again a little bit weaker. This is the most important hex for you guys, because it's a it's the rail hex. What is the best attack here? 0 and 2. It's not bad. So, will this allow me to see how the rail line flows? Let's really go in here. Since I cannot take these, I might just as well move in a unit. I'll attack first. Go in here. And then my rail actually goes also through there. Still need something to attack these as well. Ow. And attack here too. But you can go in here. Okay, so let's do that. And I should now have a rail line running through here. So all of these guys will be in supply. Moreover, it means that we now have a rail line moving towards Kolumna and further up here without any trouble. Oh, wow, I just completely forgot to move these. Enemies removed on that side. Sweet. And there's ultimately only so much I can do until that final turn, but since all of these guys will be cut off for 3 turns too. Okay. This will also establish a rail line supply up until here, which I also quite like. Besides that, though, I also want to attack as much as possible wherever I can, so that we can actually clear out all the enemy units on the next turn. Hopefully. There's no attack. Seems like not even all enemy units will be cut off for 3 turns like these because they got repaired. Luckily though, I can still harass them and kill them. Okay. No need to attack them. They'll be cut off for 3 turns on the next one. Let's make sure they can't retake Moscow. That would be bad. I think any reinforcements that they'll try to get now are all in that particular area. I mean, they would have, but they can't deploy any of them. We're getting the rail line up towards Kalina now too. Sweet. Let's start pushing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which units I move up there. Move up the cav. Basically just throw everything I got at them on that side. Because why not? You're all in decent supply there. I still have a few units here, but I don't think they're able to do anything there. So I'll have these guys get some of this territory because there might be some stragglers. Unlikely, but it could happen. That's too bad, but it's fine. Now, this only cuts them off, not here, unfortunately. Oh, there's still another straggler there. Fine. It matters not. Anyway. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, going in here doesn't matter. They don't have any rail bridge, so I wouldn't be able to do anything up there either anyway. Last turn. Let's try and take as much territory as possible. I did say there were more prisoners there. And there were quite a bit. There probably aren't any over in that section. There might be up there, but I can't get there. Anyway. Okay. Let's finish them off. Get rid of the last units in Moscow. So that's cleared. Now we only have the option to attack further up here. Sweet. Beat them up. Cut off the rest of the Kalinin fronts. And push through here. Well, this is more just for giggles. Alright. There we have it. Moscow itself. It's under our control. We took Noginsk as well for the extra bonus. And yeah, I took a few more losses that I wanted in order to take Moscow. I mean, you could leave it at Noginsk, but come on, that's not fun. So you have to go for Moscow here, obviously. Yeah, let's wrap things up. There we go. With Sieg im Osten, which is probably for Noginsk, I guess. We took heavy casualties, but that's to be expected. Going for the city. And that was it. So we can go and end the campaign here. taking a look here. Taking that, let's zoom in a little bit here in the north. We've taken Moscow and Noginsk. I guess this is still not under our control. In the south, we've taken Rostov and crossed the Don. So that is also quite positive, I suppose, and linked up with the Finns. So those are the 3 additional things you can do. I guess Leningrad would fall relatively quickly now that they cannot resupply it in any possible way. And then, yeah, this is all looking great. So that has all been done. The game has ended. We get our beautiful Barbarossa 941 medal. There we go. Either way, I'm gonna wrap things up here. It's the final episode for this DLC. We'll continue along for future DLCs whenever they become available, as usual. I'm waiting with much anticipation for their next DLC. It was great fun, this one, as usual. So nothing to complain here. I want to thank everybody for sticking it out till the end. Thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, and bye-bye.